Hello, my dear Web3 enthusiasts. This is Max speaking, and this is a new great episode of Synopsis. Today, I'm excited to host this one with one of the most positive guests, a very remarkable one, our great friend, podcast host also, and of course, the CEO of one of the leading exchanges, Bitget. So please welcome Vugar Usi Zade here today. Hello, Vugar. How are you today?
Hello, thanks for having me once again. This is my one of my most favorite places to be at, and every time I go and I read the comments and I open up new directions for myself, and I'm very keen to see how many people are actually engaging in the comments and giving me some advices. And recently, very funny story that a lot of people were listening my podcast because we speak with you in English, but I do also have like a Russian speaking interviews on the
Mhm.
internet, and people usually give me some comments and advices to fix my Russian. And the funny part of it is that because I'm not a native speaker, I never knew what Ether is, and I always thought it's some sort of a meme token. But apparently, it's Ethereum because in your podcast we talked about Ethereum. And in Russian-speaking world, because I don't know what Ether is, I told people I don't have any idea about Ether and I don't hold any Ether. But then people told me that no, you actually told in that podcast you don't know what Ether is, but Ether is Ethereum, and that was so funny. And I love how this like the world of internet actually comes across, and we end up learning from each other.
Well, thank you for the great feedback. Always a pleasure to have you here, and great to see how the community is engaged and that we can really learn from each other, not just a one-way process, but just getting something from the comments. So, guys, be active. If you will have any questions about Bitget or to Vugar personally after the pod, drop it in the comment section. So it's live, and yeah, just use your chance. As you see, Vugar is always engaged with the community. And yeah, as you mentioned, this is not the first and even the second time you are here, but it's been a while since our last time we met. So let's make some recap of Bitget's achievements during this time. So let me begin with the congratulations to Bitget as you entered the top three exchanges by trading volume. So it's a great milestone, and I believe that the top is already around the corner. So yeah, once again, my congratulations on that. Could you please tell us about other major achievements and key changes that happened on the BitGet side over the past 3 months?
Thank you very, very much. I'm very proud today because, as you mentioned, I've been to this podcast several times, and every time we have a bigger and better numbers. We are growing super fast in a light speed. Today, as Bitget, I can also show my Bitget shirt. We proudly serve 120 million customers globally, which makes us the second largest crypto exchange by the user number. When it comes to the trading volume, we are the third largest by both our spot and futures trading volume. In the first half of the year, we had more than $3 trillion worth of the trade volume, which is a trillion with the T number. Every day we move around $50 billion, which makes us one of the strongest, largest exchanges, and as I mentioned, best places to trade, especially for the retail users. But we also have strengthened our institutional offering in last 2 years. We've been developing a lot of new products for our institutional clients. And today we are proud to serve our institutional clients in different directions. For example, in our spot market, almost 80% of our spot volume come from the institutional trading. We are about to again double our futures trading volumes through the institutional clients, and we are growing very fast, not only in the user numbers and the trading volume, but again in the institutional front also. Last half a year, we've been actively investing to onboard whales and VIP clients to Bitget, and we saw a huge progress. For example, in Latin America, we doubled our VIP user number. Similarly, in Eastern Europe, CIS countries, we are doubling and tripling our VIP user numbers, which help us to grow both our user numbers and also the trading volume, making us a very exciting place to be at and to trade. but I believe everyone knows Bitget as a number one copy trading platform. I want to tell all the listeners that we are the number one, the best, and the biggest copy trading platform in crypto world with 200,000 traders and more than millions people copying trades every day. We are a strong place to be at, and there are a lot of also innovation in that front. We've been offering our AI bots and grid bots on the trading and copy trading side, also making us again a very strong player in the market. But I'm sure on the next minutes we'll be talking also a lot about Bitget Wallet, Bitget Pay, and all the innovative product that we are coming up with.
Absolutely. And it's great to see really that every time we meet here, the numbers, which are crazy by the time of the podcast already, are growing all the time. So good job you're doing out there. And yeah, one more point to your karma, so to say. Let's move on to the next question. So, a small session about some forecasts and the expectations. Of course, not financial advice. So, to warm up about Bitcoin. So, the entire market is watching the volatility, thanks for several gentlemen from the US. And so, finally,
All right.
yeah, so finally we returned above 100K for Bitcoin for the first time since February. So, in your opinion, what caused this, and how much will be Bitcoin worth by the end of the year? So, not financial advice, but
My expectation is Bitcoin should hit around 250K by the end of the year, but conservatively, I can say it should be somewhere around 200K. And there are two key points to support my idea. First, I believe that with the institutional interest, more and more institutional money coming in, we see that institutions use Bitcoin and crypto assets as a hedging tool rather than investment tool. And with the decoupling of the dollar and the crypto versus the stock market, we see that when the stock market goes down, now crypto market goes up, especially with the Elon Musk and Donald Trump having their own little fight and Tesla stock going down. We saw that in the previous years, this action would definitely domino affect the crypto market, but this time we didn't see that because more and more institutions were hedging on Bitcoin against the crypto market, against the stock market, eventually keeping Bitcoin at 108, 109 level. With these two kind of information in hand, we can definitely predict that by the end of the year, Bitcoin price will should reach around 200K. Also, we know that we saw a huge volatility in the market with the Trump's tariff announcement. Recently, we see that Trump administration is making a lot of deals with different governments, even with the China that only state they kept the tariffs up and they paused for 90 days with everyone else. US government was able to reach negotiation with China, with European Union, and all their largest trade allies. And I believe if the also the Trump government could force the authorities to bring down the interest rate, we will see a huge correction. And also, US's inflation rate is around 2.5, which is much lower than the anticipated inflation ratio. And with American economy recovering, and I think that on a closer to the quarter three, we will see a huge boost in the crypto market. Another important news, I believe, is about the stable token and stable token frame work in US, especially with the Bank of America and Merrill Lynch. Also, Charles Schwab announcing that they will be exploring more and more stable tokens as a payment option. Banks in Europe, especially in France, issuing their own USDT stable tokens, I think will bring more retail users, also more institutions to the crypto, and we'll be seeing a lot interest from the large institutions and banks into the crypto sphere, which will definitely be kind of flowing some money into the Bitcoin, namely, which all should boost the Bitcoin's price around 200K, especially if MicroStrategy keeps buying that eventually, and probably they will do. And lastly, not only like large government like US promising to do the Bitcoin-based reserves, but also even the governments and states that were never on the radar of the crypto audience, like a Pakistan, announced that they will be doing their Bitcoin reserves, and I believe we will see more nations jumping on the Bitcoin rally, which will be boosting the price around 200K. I'm very positive about this, yet we have to live and see where the market goes, but that is my prediction. And also for everyone listening, another important topic that people keep asking on the comments, on the interviews, when is the alt season? I believe that towards the end of the summer and Q3, we will be finally seeing the alt season because we already see some indications from the Solana, from the centralized exchange tokens that are slowly outperforming Bitcoin. And I think that is when there will be kind of a Bitcoin profits locked in, and more large investors and whales will be moving towards altcoins.
Well, awesome. So thanks for mentioning the altcoin season. I might have probably missed this question, although everyone is for sure interested. So waiting for the Q3 and hopefully see how your expectation coming live by the end of the summer. So first of all, what you say sounds super reasonable, of course, very detailed answer, and aligns with mine expectation. Someone is interested. So what about BGB? You mentioned centralized exchange tokens. So BGB last year hit an all-time high. Should we expect some kind of growth this year?
Definitely, because everyone asking me this
Of
question,
course.
and for the people who are not like a closer to the matter or they don't know, it's very important to mention that BGB's all-time high was not about hype, was not about a random news, was not about influencers promoting the token. It was a very logical action because until then we had two tokens, BGB, which is the centralized exchange token, and BWB, which is our Bitget wallet's native token. First of all, we get rid of BWB token, and we bought all the tokens and replaced them with BGB, which made our token offering very strong and enabled more ways to actually spend BGB token. Second, we introduced quarterly burns, which will make our token more and more scarce. That's why the price boosted because
Mhm.
initially we bought a lot of tokens and burned, and every quarter we are burning around 20% of the supply, which makes the token very, very scarce. And lastly, we start offering different products to our VIP users, existing users through Launch Pool, Launchpad, Earn, Investment, and many other opportunities to actually hold BGB, which makes BGB one of these great assets to hold in a longer term and which takes away the sell pressure of the token that boosts the price. And with all these points combined, BGB reached around $8.5, which made 100x since we launched, which is a much better return on investment than Bitcoin. It is the fastest growing centralized crypto exchange token, making us one of the great assets to buy, hold, and to actually use. Today we stand somewhere around $4.55 range, and I believe we'll be seeing another all-time high very soon. And interestingly enough, recently UCLA, one of the leading top 100 universities in the world, actually used BGB's case, a BGB token's case, to teach at your econ department to the master students on about the pricing strategies and tokenomics, and it is one of the most researched topic. Therefore, I think, and I know why it is very interesting, and people talk about us, people ask about us, but definitely BGB is one of the exemplary tokenomics in today's modern days when it comes to centralized exchange tokens. We have a huge opportunities up in front of us, and I believe that is what we're gonna see. Again, not financial advice, but I believe towards quarter 3, quarter 4, we'll be seeing another all-time high.
Absolutely. So what you say that it is completely logical. Totally agree with that, because when we see this constant growth, even watching the previous episodes of Synopsis, the growth, so it brings to the growth of the token, logically. And it's not even the question of will the new ATH happen or not. It's just a matter of time. And guys, stay patient, keep an eye on the Bitget, and me as a BGB holder also feel this pleasure to hear this kind of healthy, positive expectations from the CEO of the exchange.
As you mentioned, like a year ago when we first started the podcast, we were having almost like a 40, probably 45 million
Yeah,
users. Today we talk about 120 million users. It's almost like a three-time growth. That's why the price kind of reflects that growth also.
yeah, for sure. The price is really a reflection of how good the exchange is performing, and you guys are doing great. And speaking about the growth, it's always associated with expansion also. So could you please tell us which markets is Bitgate operating in today, and what is more interesting, which ones are you planning to enter?
I think as an exchange today, we virtually serve our customers in more than 100 markets. When it comes to our team, we have more than 2,000 team members in 60 nations, which makes us a truly global 24/7 working company because of the time zones, nations, languages that we reach through our team members. And of course, that is the reason of the innovation. When we talk about growth, still CIS and Eastern Europe is our fastest growing market. Similar growth we see in our Latin American operations too. And Turkey is definitely is one of the still exciting markets that keeps growing. We recently start expanding more and more and investing into our African markets because we see a huge opportunities in both Eastern and Western Africa, and definitely Southeast Asia was our strong market, and we keep our offers to make sure that we cement our position. And we are slowly start exploring North America through Canada, and I think we are keeping an eye on our possible expansions. I believe our CEO Gracie already mentioned that with the new administration in US and new legislation, if the opportunity emerges, Bitget will definitely be interested in also exploring the US as a new market. But today, unfortunately, we are still not there yet. We are still kind of keeping an eye and exploring and seeing what probably the future will bring us, but definitely the opportunity is there. And when we are talking about expansion and growth, I always mention that we proudly sponsor La Liga and we bring the excitement of Spanish football to 2.5 billion people, again in Turkey, in Southeast Asia, Latin America, Eastern Europe, CIS countries. And for exclusively for you, this news is not out yet, but soon it will be, as Bitget is sponsoring and we will be partnering with MotoGP,
Mm.
with one of the fastest motorsport excitement out there. And it also will kind of reflect the idea that we want to grow as we will be taking MotoGP to Indonesia. We'll be doing some activation in Spain, in Germany, and also in Eastern Europe with this motorsport. And we'll bringing Bitget excitement matched with the high speed. I think the high speed of the motorsport really matches the Bitget energy of the speed and growth and doing things really fast. And I think that is very exciting news. And everyone who will be watching the next GP weekend, you will be probably seeing a lot of Bitget branding both on track and also off track.
Well, thanks for the insight. And it sounds like a really smart idea to get this kind of association with the light speed and the energy you have with that one of the motorsport. I'll watch these episodes of tournaments just to see the Bitget branding there. So a little bit of controversial situation, but still very interesting case, and very bullish on this. Shout out for your marketing department. Sounds great. And yeah, another thing I'd like to discuss, and the Bitget is once again one of the leaders in this, is your numerous educational programs and initiatives. We had already a special episode with Gracie Chen devoted to blockchain for her. Now I'd like to highlight the Blockchain for Youth initiative. So could you please tell us how is this program and many others are progressing today, and what have you achieved so far, and what are the plans?
Definitely. I think blockchain for use is kind of a my baby. It is a $10 million
Hey.
promise for next 5 years. And Gracie Chen is doing an amazing job supporting female entrepreneurs with blockchain for her initiative, which is another $10 million investment in next 5 years. When it comes to blockchain for use, our idea is to develop the next generation of professionals because as someone who runs operation at Bitget, I know how painful and hard it is to find a great talent in crypto, and we are end up hiring at headhunting as an exchanges from each other. When you look at our colleagues being constantly headhunted by Binance, Bybit, OKX, we do the same. And eventually, we believe that it is not that we all have to kind of compete for the same pool of a talent. Instead, we need to grow the talent pool. And the idea of blockchain for use is to partner with global leading institutions and educational institutions and universities and kind of tell and educate young talent, whether they are becoming the lawyers, journalists, I don't know, marketing professionals. We want them to know about crypto and come and explore job opportunities. As Blockchain for Use, today we partner with 70 universities globally. And this is our big names from UCLA to Harvard, from the American University to large leading institutions such as Zurich Technological University, a lot of institutions across Southeast Asia, from Vietnam to Indonesia, from Hong Kong University to Singapore National University, which are the leading institutions that we partner with. We are distributing a lot of scholarships, actually supporting the education of the people who need to get an education but can't afford it, and focusing on blockchain technology and education. We recently, as I mentioned, partnered with the UCLA. We are actually helping the scientists to do several research on blockchain technology. We look into different opportunities to explore and do research and economical, actually produce scientific papers on economics and economical advancement when it comes to the pricing policy, tokenomics. We work with a lot of policymakers. Recently, we did a huge roadshow in Turkey where we partner with the journalism department of some universities and helping journalists to write economically literate news when they are covering the crypto or financial news, which is, in my opinion, very important in terms of the developing the content or educating the right users. On top of it, definitely we have our Bitget Academy. We have countless resources within the Bitget ecosystem to
Yeah.
educate our users and make sure that they are crypto literate. They understand the financial decision making. And lastly, we are heavily investing in educating our users when it comes to crypto safety, fighting the scams. Today we are celebrating anti-scam month, where we are educating not only Bitget users but entire crypto ecosystem how to spot a scam and how to fight a scam to make sure that your investments, your funds are safe.
Well, awesome. So, once again, a very healthy approach towards not just competing for the employees, but growing up a new generation and going out of this circle. So, it's good for all the sides, even for your competitors and for you, and of course, for the new specialists. As for me, not far long ago, I've been a student. For me, that would be a great chance to change my life and enter the crypto. Sorry. And yeah, and many people might think that the industry is full of talents, but as you guys say, it's not kind of like this. So you're providing a great chance, and you guys watching us have all these chances to, and all the roads are open. Get enrolled, get involved. So
Yep.
awesome.
Also offer like a fast track program for the graduates. Every year we hire 30 graduates directly to a full-time opportunity at Bitget.
Mhm.
We have Bitget Builders program, which covers more than 5,000 part-time and volunteers who want to explore job opportunities in crypto. We have CEO Apprentice that I directly lead. It's a very cool 4 months program where first 3 to 4 months is kind of a online and distant learning, education, and working in terms of the gaining practice. And last week we fly our alumni to Dubai for a very exciting week where they work with me. We do cool activities all together. We recently attended the Token 2049 conference, and this is our kind of a contribution to help more and more people to explore crypto job opportunities, especially if you are someone who've been having their own career path, but today you want to do that shift. You are not sure whether you can, succeed in crypto. Our programs allow people to kind of try crypto job opportunities before jumping into the full-time opportunity or doing that full shift. And I think that is a great kind of a starting point for everyone who want to explore not only crypto from the investment and trading side, but actually learning, working in crypto, and becoming I name it like a life full on chain where you earn, you invest, you spend, everything happens on chain.
Awesome. And Bitget Builders Initiative is exactly the thing I wanted to highlight as well for the next question. Yeah, could you please tell us a little bit more about it? So, who is it for? How does it work? And who can join? So, obviously, it's for builders, but what kind of builders and something like that?
Definitely, like the initial vision for Bitget Builders was to build a platform where people can taste the crypto opportunities, can taste how is it to working at Bitget or similar organization without a full-time commitment. And today Builder program have three different directions. One is Bitget Builder program for the traders and trading communities. If you
Mhm.
are a trader, you are someone who begins trading, or you want to build your trading community, this is a great opportunity to start, which enables you and guides you through the process of community building, learning about trading, and how you can start your own trading journey within the crypto ecosystem. Other two directions is focusing more on the community building and of course the marketing side of the work, whether you are exploring an opportunity how to build a community, or whether you are more into business development, engagement with the influencers, or the marketing, then there's a huge opportunity to come and learn there. The beauty of the builders program is that there is a small compensation, which means it is not a completely free volunteering, but it is an actually a rewarded job where you are rewarded in either USDT stable tokens, or more interestingly, the Bitget's native BGB token, and you definitely get a direct support from Bitget team members on the ground, and a huge mountains of the Bitget merge that helps you to build and establish yourself as a crypto native within your community. And Bitget Builders program is a stepping stone either to come and work at Bitget or to work in any of our affiliate partners within the crypto ecosystem. But I know that many other exchanges, many large crypto corporations, even crypto startups tend to hire Bitget builders because they know how effective it is to have an access to Bitget family, Bitget community, and definitely the quality of the learning that is happening within that ecosystem. And today, as I mentioned, we have more than 5,000 Bitget builders in more than 100 countries, which is giving you a direct access to learn from your peers and understand who is doing what. And we've seen so many amazing crypto journeys happening. We have this beautiful builder. He was a stage technician, and he used to build large stages for the big concerts and events. And today he's a full-time crypto investor. His Dimosh is one of my greatest friends today. We had a builder from Croatia who was a student, built a crypto club in the university, and today the Croatian University is actually having six master students who are doing their master thesis on blockchain technologies. And there are so many other success stories around the builders who have not only kind of influenced and impacted their own life, but actually had a lasting impact to their communities.
Wow. So, yet another amazing opportunity combined with both learning and getting some rewards uh, and experience, of course. First of all, everyone is looking for to be hired and one more chance to get into the industry, and a lot of benefits associated with that. And for the tons of Bitget merch, I would say that it's super high quality. So I have a hoodie, a raincoat, I have an umbrella, a backpack, and so many quality things. So thank you guys for supporting the builders, I would say. And yeah, this is another direction. You are one of the leaders, merch. And getting closer to the final parts of today's interview. So let's speak about some more announcements and maybe plans, teasers for the rest of the year. So, what are the Bitget's plans for the rest of 2025? And from all of those directions we have discussed today, like education, expansion, growth, new programs. So, what will be the main focuses?
I believe I've been in crypto since 2017, and we always looked into crypto and promoted all the earning opportunities, making money, investing. Definitely trading is one of the biggest aspects. But when we talk about onboarding next billion users, definitely we don't expect I don't know, one out of every eight is a person on earth to become a trader. But all of us have one way or another a need to spend money, right? Because every day, in order to commute from our home to work, to buy a coffee, I don't know, to do any action, we interact with money in the most obvious way, which is payments. And at Bitget, we are heavily investing and focusing on building on-chain payment platform, a PayFi, through Bitget Wallet, which is today world's most loved wallet with more than 60 million users, surpassing both Trust and MetaMask wallet in downloads. We are opening the new doors where we want to enable every person on earth fully live on chain, uh, get paid on chain, earn money on chain, invest, save, and definitely have an opportunity to spend money, to spend your crypto assets on chain without actually need to off ramp it, without the need to go and turn the digital assets into the paper money in order to buy a coffee, to pay for everyday needs. And I think we are already succeeding in that because Bitget Pay is one of the fastest growing payment solutions globally. And our idea is to offer a faster and cheaper payment processing. Today, your average Visa, Master, American Express card charges around 1.5 to 3% of a processing fee, while on-chain transactions are a fraction of it in 0. I don't know, 1% kind of a fee. And also, average card transaction takes around 15 days to process, which is building a cash flow issues to merchants, especially for the small medium enterprises, while crypto payments are instant and definitely helping small medium businesses to grow. Combined with cheaper costs to faster processing, I believe PayFi is the next big thing in crypto. While yes, still I believe many people will look into crypto as an opportunity to invest, to do long-term store of value, especially like with the Bitcoin's price reaching above 200K. I think will turn Bitcoin into a true digital gold. And while all these kind of processes happen, and I think with the more and more banks jumping into the stable token rally, in near future we will be talking more about Bitget and Bitget Pay as a core pillar in terms of the payment processing when it comes to crypto. And I think 2025 onwards, we'll be talking more about how to live on chain, how to spend on chain, what is the best and fastest way to spend your money without leaving the ecosystem, actually doing all that on chain transaction. And I hope by the next time we talk in a, I don't know, a couple of months or a couple of years maximum, every enterprise that we interact daily, from the hotels to the restaurants, from the public transportation. Accepting a crypto payment will become a new norm, the same way that almost every merchant today accepts credit card payment, or your Google Pay, Apple Pay, Samsung Pays. Crypto payments will become the next mainstream thing, and I'm very excited about that. Finally, we are a very small step left until we onboard that billion users, because the number of billion users always was kind of a milestone for the crypto heads. And I give an example that 2.5 years ago, when I was appointed as a Bitget CEO, Bitget had around 11, 12 million users. Today, we grew 10 times in that 2.5 years. We serve 120 million users. If we just keep that speed, it means in 2 years, we can talk about billion users being on Bitget and using Bitget both to, as I mentioned, to live on chain, to earn money, to receive payments, and of course, to process their payment through us. And I think that will be the most exciting thing in coming 2, 3 years.
Wow, awesome. So, first of all, it's a pleasure to hear that there is a team of professional which cares about my comfort and like for every human being taking care about transaction costs and just making the life actually easier. So living on chain sounds like a great model, and you should use a trademark for this maybe. And heading to living on chain, yeah, thanks for very detailed answer. Uh, I would say you covered my next question, but still, let's maybe finalize, summarize the very general thing. So, how do you, Vugar, see the market evolving in the next 2, 3 years, and what trends you expect to dominate? So, you mentioned stablecoin rally. Maybe there is something else we should keep an eye on.
I was like, until like last 2, 3 months, whenever like everyone I was asking this question, especially considering our continuous investment into the decentralized world and decentralized wallet, I was telling that centralized exchanges will become a bank-like organizations. Therefore, we need to think about decentralization, and future is decentralized. I still believe future is decentralized, but with the speed of the growth and also legislative frameworks and banks jumping into the crypto narrative, I am now kind of rethinking my answer. And I think that banks will become like a centralized exchanges, and traditional institutions will embrace crypto. And we will need to, as a crypto native companies, we will need to innovate faster, onboard users faster, and become mainstream faster to remain competitive, because crypto is no more a new thing. Crypto is no more an exciting opportunity. Crypto is becoming a daily active, from the most powerful man, the US president, issuing his meme tokens to large asset managers like Vanguard issuing their own stable tokens, and Bank of America and JP Morgan thinking about offering crypto trade directly to their customers. And I think crypto is becoming an everyday topic. Crypto is becoming a household name, and we need to get prepared to this. And as crypto natives, I think we need to be smart in order to make the best out of this investment, because we were at the forefront of adoption. We were at the forefront of the native. We were the ones who survived 2, 3 bull cycles and bear markets and suffered a lot. Therefore, this is the golden age of crypto, I believe, coming in next 2, 3 years. And we need to be very smart how we accumulate wealth, how we accumulate Bitcoin, and how, or the way we're gonna invest it in future, in order to make sure that we don't miss our chance to these large institutions who jump on the last train and still take the bigger portion of the pie.
Absolutely. So we're at the doorstep of the golden age of crypto. Just awesome, and a very great finishing. And I have one more thing to ask you before we end it for today. So we already had the general advices from you, advices of how staying positive. So since today we've been discussing the blockchain for youth, sorry, which you are mentoring. So could you address your advice or call to action to the young professionals maybe students who are watching us right now. So what would you like to address to them?
I always say there's this one number that excites me is that around 90% of people who are in crypto or who earn in crypto, they neither code nor trade. It means you have a huge opportunity to explore a job opportunity, start earning in crypto without the knowledge of trading or coding. It can be as simple as being a human resources professional, a marketing professional, an accountant, you name it. Therefore, my call to action to everyone is today we are at a turning point of an opportunity. And the best way is acquiring crypto, in my opinion, is either mining it or definitely accumulating it through your talent and through kind of selling your time and abilities. Therefore, finding a job in crypto is the best investment you can do for yourself and for your future career. Therefore, if you are someone exploring an opportunity, if you're a young person trying to build a career, or if you are trying to switch your job, definitely look into the opportunities within the crypto because that is the best way to live on chain, earn on chain, and definitely accumulate Bitcoin.
Awesome. So thank you very much. Sounds really encouraging. And for today, that's it. And it was an insightful, hot discussion, a lot of pleasant things for me as for the Bitget fund and just for the crypto enthusiast, Bitcoin Maxi. So yeah, thank you very much, Vugar, for joining in. Looking forward to see you in more episodes.
Thanks for having me. And yes, I'm very proud to be here. And for everyone watching, definitely hit Bitget whether you want to buy Bitcoin, trade some crypto, or looking for job opportunities. We have all of them in one single place at bitget.com.
Everything's for you, my dear. And I believe there is no single viewer who left us before ending. So thanks for everyone for watching till the end. Drop your questions in the comments under this video. Follow Vugar, follow Bitget, and not to miss more new big figs which are coming, which are already around the corner. So uh, guys, thank you once again. Stay tuned. Take care. Bye bye, everyone.
Bye.